the fifth season of the Olney Cropdusters is set on the way. The home game is now in just minus 10 minutes from now. Thanks again for joining us. My name's Ali, here with Peyton Youse, a new member of the Ripken League. So happy to have you.
Yeah, excited to be here, Ali. And we've got what should be a fascinating game, right? We have Cropdusters who've won 22 games in 2 out of the past 3 seasons, taking on a big train team that is battle-tested already. I mean, they came back down 11-7 yesterday, so they're riding high. Should be a lot of fireworks here this evening.
What a great way to start things off. The 12-time Ripken League champions in the building, as well as your own Cropdusters. Thanks again. The action just about time to get started in a couple minutes. Set to go in Olney. Everything set. Sunshine-filled afternoon turning into the late hours. So glad you're with us again. Ali here with Peyton Yaus. And Peyton, the Cropdusters, the home team, are down one game, really. 0-1 is their the record. And the Big Train have a 1-0 record. What are your thoughts on the Cropdusters today?
Yeah, I mean, with the Cropdusters, we know it's going to be, first week in which they're going to try and find their ways. These are guys all coming from all different parts of the country, all different schools, all different levels. I mean, it's really just going to be, trying to use this first week to mesh, try and find, who fits where, who fits best in what positions, things of that nature. So, really in the first week, you can't pay too much attention to the score or the results. I mean, Cropdusters, they put up 6 runs yesterday, so a victory really in and of itself, but chance, as we mentioned, to make a statement against a very talented Big Train team.
Gotcha. And one thing you'll see, folks, as we get later on in this game, the Cropdusters have a bit of speed to them. We'll talk about it later, but first we'll talk about the pitcher. It is Marco Oliveri from New Jersey.
Yeah, we saw Matt Russell take the mound yesterday, and Lavari a chance to follow suit after him. We talked about this with Brewer as well as Leader. It's really just about finding the zone. I think 12 walks was the total yesterday. Just pitchers couldn't find the zone, so it was a struggle for Russell. Lavari going to try and change that.
Oh, but the plus was 1 error opposed to 3 for the Giants. So Lavari on the mound, once a Monarch, always a Monarch, got to start things back up for the LaSalle program. He gets the nod to start things off against Bagneris, Julius Bagneris, who plays ball in the A-10 as well from George Mason, was named Co-Rookie of the Year in February. Degree weather day, not a cloud in the sky. The first pitch comes across, paid in the outer half at about 6:09 local time. We're underway.
It's a beautiful evening for baseball. I mean, you couldn't have dreamt it up any better. No clouds in the sky. Sun definitely beaming down, but not too strong. A perfect home opener for these Cropdusters in their 5th anniversary season, might we add.
A good look for Bagneris, as we mentioned earlier. A big season with the Patriots. And in that week, he had 7 RBIs against Seton Hall and Ball State, the Swig and Swine Classic in South Carolina. And in a hurry, it is 1 ball to 2 strikes. With good presence, attacking the outside of the zone to see if he bites. To retirement, it's going to have to stay put for a little while. We'll redo the count. Here's the redone 1 and 2 count. And back up along the backstop netting. The defense is like this. Landon Condoleezza from Arizona is catching. Dylan Melton, first base. Ryan Booma, the second baseman. Condoleezza at shortstop. And Logan Barada from Jacksonville University in the infield. This one taken up high. Walter in the outfield. Cade Walter, that is, at center. Andrew Duncan at right field and Ben Ford at left field. We'll go over lineups in a moment. Cal Johnson is due up after Bagneris. With a 2-2 lifted in the shallow left. Tracking is Ford. And he's got it. Out number 1. And Cal Johnson is up. Oh, Johnson dropped out. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's your typical jam shot right there. And sometimes that's all you need to get on base, right? Not the prettiest thing in the world. Goes Oppo and drops it in shallow left, but he'll take it. Board with no outs. Great start for Big Train.
So we'll redo. It is a 3-2 count. So now to Cal Johnson with a man aboard. Go down as a single left field. the netting behind. Big Train off to a slow start last night. We talked about it earlier. They're down 4 runs, and it was a combination of 3 things. The 6 errors committed by the road team, the Thunderbolts, 3 2/3 innings of just basically going after the relief pitchers, and then number 45, Emilio Gonzalez, with that walk-off single to bring in a run. It's a combination of 3 with a 1-2 count right now. They look towards Bagner East.
Yeah, that's what the good teams do. They find ways to win games. I mean, not pretty. Got off to a slow start, as you mentioned, but they just found it in them with some help from the opposition. Like you mentioned, a few errors, more than a few, but they found a way to dial in those late innings.
Bagner East going to move up, and the throw not in time. Springmeyer, the catcher, threw it as it painted across the zone. Now the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, as the 2-hitter steps back to the plate. Bats left with a man in scoring position. Potential first run for the Big Train in an early contest. Lavari pumps across a strike to retire 1, and the 3-hitter right, returning Big Train, is going to come up, who bats left as well. And Lavari with the first strikeout in his summer career in the Ripken League.
First strikeout of the Cropdusters 2026 season, their 5th anniversary season.
What better way to do it on a sun-soaked Olney day with another strike painted through the outer half. For the time being, Bagner East still at second, and Condoleezza at short is right on the bag. And he's going to take off himself to the left side, and the throw, it is in time. But tagging up to third is Bagner East from Manassas. Plays for Mike Colangelo out there. And it's interesting, Sal Colangelo is a coach here for the Big Train.
Yeah, and that's one of the things you'll find in the Ripken League. I mean, tie is really everywhere. You know, it's just an 8-team league, but so many ties, so many connections throughout it.
And added Daniel Machado, the shortstop. See what he can contribute. He's got a good eye, and he is ahead in the count against Lavari. And the pitcher is coming into this game with solid experience. He's appeared in 28 games for LaSalle. All in relief. And this one goes into the outfield. It drops in front of Duncan. And he's going to go for extra bases. And 1 run comes across. And the Big Train up 1-0.
And that couldn't have come any sooner, because now you got your best hitter, without a doubt, Emilio Gonzalez. We've talked about, you know, what he's done really over the past few years in this Ripken League. So a chance, you're up 1-0, and a chance to tack on some more with your best hitter up at the dish.
Named Hitter of the Year in 2025. Pitcher of the Year also came from the Big Train, Drew Billis. Bagner scored from second. An RBI double from Machado to right field. See how Emilio Gonzalez does. Had a walk-off single in the 9th, and he is swinging early with a strike painted across the zone. One man on, 2 out. This one inside and low. This one travels downstairs for Lavari. And we talked about 28 games, all out of the bullpen. He enters into the 2026 season with about 11 and 12, and it's going into the outfield, or right field, that is, and into the warning track. One coming across the plate, and Gonzalez is safe, as that was really close to being out number 3, out at second.
Yeah, he's
Another
the big train's
RBI double for him.
Yeah, he's the big train's best hitter for a reason. I mean, lefty just pulls one into that right center field gap. Beautiful piece of hitting, and you got to credit him with the footwork there too. Not easy, but he slides in, avoids a tag, and gets aboard with a 2-out double.
Got one come across on that play. 2 runs for the big train. And this one lifted behind the plate. It's Springmeyer who's got it. So out of 2 shots to the right field, they come away with 1 stranded on and 2 runs on the board for the road team. So after 2 runs have been scored by the big train, it's now the Cropdusters' turn to get themselves in scoring position. They'll do it with Cade Walter. He's going up against the right-hander Dolby from Ashburn, Virginia. And to his credit, in 2026 in the spring, he was able to struck out a batter for the LSU Tigers. See how he does here against the one-hitter. And he comes away with a strike 1 across the plate.
So the Cropdusters in a familiar position already. They were down multiple runs yesterday against the Giants, and now they find themselves in that same position. They fought back yesterday, couldn't finish the deal, but chance only down 2 to make this one a game once again.
Cade Walter with an even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. He was able to score 7 homers and record 35 hits with Jacksonville University, the Dolphins. The St. Cloud, Florida native is heading the count now. Top of the order looks like this for the Cropdusters. You see Walter up there, Rodriguez, Barada, Duncan, Melton, Booma, Springmar, Connollyson, and Ford. Top of the order, I'm telling you. We saw it yesterday. 7 total stolen bases with a 2-2 count right now at the plate.
Yeah, this is a side with a ton of speed. And we saw steals, also double steals. So this is a team with a lot of speed. They move very well in between the base pads.
TJ Gramercy behind the plate, the catcher. Helping out Dolby. It could go either way, folks. See how it goes. A 2-2 pitch. This one to the left side. Not enough room. Machado's going to have it. And he is in time. What a great play, base running there for Walter. Infield single to start things off for the home team.
Yeah, we talked about how well they move in between these base pads, and they show that off right there. Walter able to hustle out an infield single. And now Cropdusters one aboard, no outs here in the bottom of the first.
It took him 2 at-bats yesterday to get a hit. It was a single to the right side against the Giants. He's able to do it there. They look his way to start things off against Rodriguez. And Rodriguez himself, who plays for Millersville University, is at the plate now. Just like Walter yesterday, recorded a single in the 5th, and it is an 0-1 count with a strike in the inner half. Rodriguez was a part of the Brewers organization 2 summers ago in the Dominican Summer League. He finds his way to the Cropdusters. Yet again, Walter is eating some dirt as he's moving back to first. So here's the 0-1. Just a bit outside. And the throw off of the glove and into the outfield. It's a stolen base for Walter, who had 3 yesterday. He's got his 4th already on the summer.
Yeah, there's that speed once again. I know the throw is offline, but it doesn't matter. I mean, Walter shows off the speed and gets a bit dirty there. But he's able to leg out that infield single and then now puts himself in scoring position. Still no outs for the Cropdusters.
I would assume if you play baseball, you'd love dirt a little bit. 1-2 on Donis Rodriguez. With a man at second, a potential first run for the Cropdusters in scoring position. And Walter is very deadly along the base paths, folks. They look his way, does Dolby, and unwinds the 1-2 up high. This one lifted in the air to shallow center, drifting back and tagging up his Walter. Got an out on Rodriguez. And he is in the bag safely at third. Leader coming up to congratulate him. He's got 90 feet from him and home. Potentially the first run of the day for the Cropdusters.
Yeah, no, I mean, I sound like a broken record at this point, but there's that speed once again. I mean, that is definitely a gutsy decision to go from second to third and tag up, but the guy as fast as him, he's able to do it, and like you said, just 90 feet from first runs of this game.
So now to Logan Barada, a fellow Dolphin just as much as Walter. He looks through strike 1 against Dolby in the transfer portal. Man at third and 1 out. 0-1. Painted in the outer half this time. down in the count 0-2. 50 hits to his credit at Jacksonville. He's able to get a knock when he can. He's going to try the right side. And to the second baseman, Bangareese. He's out, but Walter does score. And the Cropdusters have their first run at home in 2026.
And it's not pretty, but Cropdusters will take it as they chop that big train lead in half. It's a 2-1 game here in Olney.
Andrew Duncan from Duke, the right fielder, is going to get his fair shake, the four-hitter. He had 2 hits yesterday. A single knock in the infield. He's going to take his shot to left center, drifting towards the wall. Right near the track it goes, and into the glove of Mirza. Walter scores the first run of the day for the Cropdusters, and they cut the lead in half, 1-2 in favor of the road team. So for the starting pitcher right here, right? Two on the score in favor of Bethesda Big Train. We're in the top of the second. Due up now is the 7-hitter. We're basically almost through with the order for the Big Train, with the catcher, Gramercy, on deck. Strike one for Mirza, handed to him by Lavari. What are your thoughts on his play at the mound?
Yeah, you give up those 2 runs in the first, and I feel like he kind of got unlucky with that jam shot.
Just a couple of feet away from the bag, and unassisted goes Melton. So out number 1 for the leadoff hitter. Go ahead and I'm sorry.
Yeah, right after that jam shot, he came back with a strikeout and then the ground out. So, it's not about what you do. It's about what you do when you get knocked down, right? So he gives up that single, and he's able to record 2 quick outs. So I think that's the biggest takeaway from his performance in that first.
So both teams start off with hits. And top of the second, it is a grounder and a ball painted through on the 8-hitter, Gramercy. With Hack, the right fielder, the 9-hitter, up. This is going towards the middle. Nobody was in position that time, and it is a 1-out knock for the 8-hitter with Hack coming up. That's one thing to keep in mind. In baseball, the shift, and that time both middle infielders were just a bit back. But a good play nonetheless for the 8-hitter. Going for the bunt. He went around it. It's strike 1 painted through. Lifted this time in the air towards the second baseman, Boma. the Frostburg State ball players on it. 2 out and 1 still on. He didn't move up. Was Gamassi, who had the infield knock as it traveled up the middle on a grounder. Back to Bagneries. Had a knock into left field. Scored on an RBI double from Machado, the 4-hitter. Strike 1 for him. And this one fouled to the left side. This one just behind the netting and up high. Boy, a lot of these big train batters, they're really swinging at it.
Yeah, and if nothing else, it just drives up Lavari's pitch count. I mean, we're already through the order for a first time. So, yeah, it might be a foul ball, but you're driving up that pitch count.
And this one drifting towards left center on the run. He's got it. What a great catch out there at the track goes Walter. He's got a hit and a great put out all the way at center. And the big train scoreless in the top of the frame. Bottom of the second, Cropdusters only allow a hit and they strand 1 on, but they're down by only 1 run, folks. We're starting things off with the 5-hitter, Melton, and then Boma, who's on deck. And the leadoff man plays for the Retrievers at UMBC, was a leadoff hitter in all 3 games against NJIT, where he was named American East Rookie of the Week, the week of May 18th. And on the first pitch he sees against Dolby, he sees strike 1 painted up high.
If anybody plays for the UMBC, has to have a bit of pride back from what happened in 2018 from the first 16 season. I thought, you didn't see him, even though it's baseball out here and that's basketball, though. You got to carry that around with some pride, I would think.
Yeah. 0-2 the count already after a foul ball. And Dolby pouring it on against the Cropdusters. Doesn't have a strike yet. Did give up an infield single to Walter, the one-hitter. And this one just taps along the first base line and foul. We're deep into this game, though. But what do you think about the atmosphere, Peyton? There's got to be more than 200 people in the stands.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's the first night, so maybe it won't be like this every single night, but, man, I mean, just a fantastic crowd, and the weather, it's done us all the favors. I mean, it's beautiful out, and I mean, it's just a great day for some Cropdusters baseball.
That's right. We're glad to be here with you, folks. Got a lot of ideas that we would like to pass along. Got some interviews down, and you've got your own ideas. Want to talk about that with the fans?
Yeah, just trying to find ways to, keep this, community really intact. Trying to get our viewers to know our players to know our viewers. Just trying to think of different social media ideas, whether that's, walking the base paths with them, an idea we've thrown around, and we've mentioned interviews and stuff, just ways to try and keep this community intact. I mean, Olney is, kind of centered around this team and kind of want to give back,
Very well said. 1-2 on the count for the one-hitter Melton, and this one dribbles along the plate. Early on, he was throwing a strike. Now he's starting to get a little bit cold. How do you get out of that rut?
Do that
Follows
right
it up
there.
with a strike. Yeah, that's right.
Fastball right down the middle. That's your best friend.
Fastball to retire Melton to bring up Boma. Plays at Frostburg State. Brookfield, Maryland native, attended Sherwood and lettered in baseball under Sean Davis, and earned honor roll all 4 times. So we're looking at a smart ball player. Melton's out on a strikeout. It's the first for Dolby from Ashburn. Strike on him this time. Boma bats right, the second baseman. A wave and a miss for him. Nobody on and 1 out. The 6th hitter. Down in the count as well was Melton. Breaking ball towards the low and away corner. And he's creeping his way back into it.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting some of the velocities up here. I mean, we're hearing 94, 95. This is a guy, judging by the stature, I mean, when we saw him come in, we knew he's going to throw some heat. But, man, this guy is packing it this evening.
With a big frame, that just gets in between Panette and Machado. It's a single up the left side. The second hit of the day for Olney, with Springmeyer coming up to the plate. The Arizona native looking to see what he's got. Played ball for North Kentucky, played 2 springs with South Mountain Community College. Let's see how the rising senior does with 1 on and 1 out. Fouls it to the right side on his first pitch. With the Northern Kentucky spring ball team, he has got 36 hits, 12 doubles to his name as well. And this one into the netting on the ensuing pitch from Dolby. Springmeyer showing a bit of contact. This one is fair, right in front of Ponnet, and he's going to shuffle it on across. Out number 2 with Boma at second.
Good hustle from Ponnet. He makes that play look a lot easier than it actually is. Got a hustle on over from the hot corner and grab that one immediately, get it on over to first. Does just that. Beats Springmeyer by a step, so got to credit him. Great throw right there.
Potential second run is at second. Just a bit close to Machado from the bag. So now the 8-hitter, the shortstop Candelise, takes in ball one. He played the 3 spot yesterday and recorded a stolen base, as well as hit a single to first in the 5th in the 6-8 loss against Gaithersburg. This one inside, but he bit on it. It is strike one, an even count at the plate. And again, Boma at second. He got on a base on a single to the left side. And another breaking ball that just scoots outside of the zone. Favorable count. You don't see that too much in this inning. 2-1 the count for the batter.
Yeah, and if he can get on base here and Ford can after him, you send it back to the top of the order. So, chance for the Cropdusters, 2 outs, but chance for them to start a 2-out rally.
This one outside on a 2-ball, 2-strike count now for Candelise. Ben Ford from Illinois Wesleyan is on deck. Turn to the top of the order in just a few moments here. This one to Gonzalez, and he steps on the bag. They strand one on. Cropdusters yet again have a hit, but still down 1 run. 2-1 is the score in Olney.
It'll be funny if I were to say, hey, why don't I run the bases and I beat them, and then leader comes over and you just knocks me down. I should go over that.
Top of the third in Olney. Beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. Top of the third, 2-hitter on Cal Johnson against Lavari. We start off this game with a strikeout looking against the Vineland, New Jersey native. This one goes downstairs for Lavari against Johnson. Second plate appearance today. Brennan Wright also was put out at first on a ground out to short. It's just a matter of how they get some hits going here.
And once you get one hit, it's easy to start compounding them. So all it takes is one hit, and they can kind of take off here.
Strike one painted across. The count was 3-0, a batter's favorable count. This one taken just a bit outside, he didn't bite on it. It's a leadoff walk for Johnson to bring up Wright.
And that's definitely a positive sign for Coach Leader and his side, right? That's the first walk you give up of the game, and it comes the second time through the order. So, yesterday it was just from the get-go. The command just wasn't there for these Cropdusters pitchers, but to see a walk come now in the third inning, that being the first one of the game, definitely a positive sign for this side.
Positive sign, and a man on and nobody out. Fake bunt swing away from the three-hitter. He's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. This one goes upstairs for Lavari. Throwing a lot of fastballs. He's got some sizzle, but needs to make contact with the zone.
I always say a fastball is a pitcher's best friend.
2-0, inside and low. Cal Johnson started off his plate appearance with a 3-0 count. So does Brennan Wright. One of them is at first, and the other one has a 4-pitch walk. Here comes Rosenthal, the new pitching coach for the Cropdusters. He's going to have a quick word. 2 men on and no outs in the top of the third inning. Rosenthal, very respected among his peers in Maryland. Coach Leader actually threw it up to him. He was like, I'd like to have you a part of this staff. It was like he was all on board.
Yeah, that's the great part about this Cropduster staff. These aren't guys who are just picking from out of nowhere. These are guys who have known each other for 10, 20, 30 years. Multiple decades, these guys have known each other. They've played with each other. They've coached with each other. So this isn't just, a group that's trying to find their mesh. They've known each other for so many years and such a well-respected group of guys.
Yes. One of 4 new faces behind the dugout for the Cropdusters. You got Rosenthal, we mentioned him. We also got Coach Tyler Leach, as well as Jimmy Kirk, another Cropdusters legend. Along with a 2025 alumnus of the Cropdusters, Carter Ritchie. And wave and a miss for the 4-hitter Machado. Already down in the count, 0-2. In a hurry, 1 ball, 2 strikes on a pitch up high and away from the zone. And he waves at it and misses again. Strikeout number 2 for Lavari. And it brings up Gonzalez, who had an RBI double to right in the first inning.
So 2 Ks for Lavari, and both of them came after he allowed someone to reach base. So shows he's got, the ability to bounce back.
1 out here, 2 outs. The other hit came from Begnaris in the first. Gonzalez looks at ball 1. Springmeyer doing a great job behind the plate. Has a good eye. See where the pitch goes. And this one pumped across Gonzalez. And an even count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1. Both runners, Johnson and Wright, safe at second and first. This one grazes the outer half, and it's outside the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Correct myself, 2 balls, 1 strike there. Take a good look at Johnson, does Lavari. And a swing and a miss that time for Gonzalez. This one tagged along to the third shortstop, and Candelise does not hang on to it, and the bases are loaded here. He had positioned as Candelise from East Strasburg, was not able to corral it. It was off the heel of his glove. It brings up Ponnet, who popped out behind the plate and into the glove of Strasmeyer, or Springmeyer, that is. Pitch low and inside. It just sneaks into the zone. It's an 0-1 count.
And Lavari, it might seem like he's in a lot of trouble, but I mean, if he can just turn 2 here, we saw him. He got Gonzalez to ground, but shortstop couldn't handle it. So if he can get that result once again, they can turn 2. He gets out of this one clean.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one lifted to right center, and it drops into the glove of Walter. Here comes a run by Johnson. He comes across. Still Gonzalez at first. He does not tag up, but moving up to third is Brennan Wright. 2 outs so far. 3-1 is the score for the Big Train, the road team on top. And Mirza now gets his chance at the plate, who grounded out to third in front of Melton. Ponnet's out on a sac fly. Mirza takes ball 1 to the outside. This one hit back into the netting. Swinging is the thing for the Big Train. They're just getting contact on, see where it lands for them. This one went foul. 1-1. Outer half. And strike 2. Brennan Wright at third and Gonzalez at first. One of the base runners has a hit. A single for Emilio Gonzalez in and around the mound. Candelise is unable to hold on to it. Evens up the count again. Lavari sneaks it upstairs on the 1-2 pitch. Effort from Springmeyer to not let it trickle behind and let the base runner at third, Wright, move up to home. It's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. First scenario of the day for both teams. Mirza at the plate. Lavari deals. It's in front of Melton. He's going to shuffle it on Lavari, who steps away from the mound and to the bag. They strand 2 on. Gonzalez is going to walk back to the dugout, And the road team is up 2 runs. The 9-hitter for the Cropdusters is due up. And the home team trying to tack on 2 runs. They were left empty-handed in the 2nd inning, but they had 1 hit to their credit. 2 hits so far for them. Let's see how the 9-hitter does. The Illinois Wesleyan hand against Dolby. Breaking ball outside, and it paints into the zone. It is an 0-1 count. Against Ben Ford, who recorded a batting average of .351. He's got 28 RBIs to his credit as well. And he swings and misses on the ensuing pitch. The 9-hitter down 0-2. And he's able to look in, ball 1 low and inside. Sun just drifting to the right side of the ballpark. First responder field at OBGC Park. This one trickles to Bagneris, and he's able to get the out. And we turn to the top of the order for the first time for the home team. Walter had one of the 2 hits today, an infield single to first base, and then stole second and scored later on in the first inning.
Yeah, there's a reason he's the leadoff guy. I mean, got the single, an infield single at that, with his speed, moves so well in between the base pads. He's got great plate discipline, great plate vision, just a full, complete player, and that's why he's hitting at the top of this lineup.
Been trusted with the top of the order. Him, as well as Rodriguez. I mentioned earlier, they both had 3 stolen bases each in the loss yesterday against the Giants. Walter has 1 today, and that's about it on that end. 2 in the lower third. And it's the thing with the Cropdusters. Last summer, they had 121 stolen bases. So Leader and Brewer, or GM, they know what they're doing when they pick up these players. Here's the 0-2. Apologies again. That is a 1-2. It was a 1-1 count. Now it's 1-2 with a nice fastball just in the middle of the zone. This one lifted towards right field. It's going to drop in the warning track. Walters heading to second, and he's going to go for third. Have some more for yourself. Sliding through. It's all him, folks. Walter with a triple. Cropdusters looking to get their second run across in the third.
Walter already halfway to the cycle. I mean, you start with a single and then triple, what many people consider the hardest part of the cycle. So this guy off to a hot start in his home debut. How about it?
How about that with mom in attendance from Florida? Good on him. 2 at-bats, 2 hits, an infield single and a triple. Can Donis bring him in? He's got a sac fly or a sacrifice hit in the first. He takes ball 1 outside. The Marauder with a favorable count. This one dribbles off of the infield, and Bangner-Reese is just a bit off-footed, and it allows Walter to score from third, and Rodriguez is at first with a RBI infield hit.
Yeah, not only does Walter show off the speed there by getting home, but Rodriguez as well, able to reach on an infield single, able to leg it out. So, I mean, we said how Cropdusters' speed was huge for them last season, and it's taking place once again in 2026.
Yes. Rodriguez records the 4th hit of the day for the Cropdusters. They look his way. Him and Walter are dangerous when they're base runners. 33 stolen bases for Donis Rodriguez on 39 attempts with the Marauders. And with Cade Walter, 13 stolen bases to his credit with the Jacksonville University Dolphins. 1 man on and 1 out. 1 run does come across. Barada is at the plate now with a favorable count. 1-0 is the count for him. Donis Rodriguez is safe at first, and he's angling away from Gonzalez, who's at the bag. And the pitch. Lifted foul right behind the bullpen of the big train to the left side. The crowd's loving the action here. They just saw an RBI infield single from Rodriguez to bring in Walter, who had himself a leadoff triple to right field. And the throw after the strike is in time. It's Gamisty connecting with Begnaris.
Yeah, Ganasty, he was off the mark when Walter stole second all the way back in the early part of this game, but that time dials up a great throw and able to beat Rodriguez. So he learns from his mistake, if nothing else.
0-2 the count at the plate after the strike from Dolby. And it is a 1-2 count. Barada's still at the plate. is the even count. The 2-2 pitch. Lifted to right. This time it'll drop around Hack, and it's a double. This time a stand-up double for the three-hitter.
Yeah, how about these Dolphins? Cade Walter single and a triple, and then Barada. I mean, coming through with a double. If you want to talk about a combined cycle from these Dolphins, they're 3/4 of the way there. But I mean, these guys came to play in the Ripken League.
Dolby's still up on the mound. Nobody is coming out to talk to him for the big train. Andrew Duncan, the Duke ball player, went across. Say he went around on the appeal to first, and the pitch low. It's a 1-2 count. So Dolby allowed 2 hits in this ball game, a triple and an RBI infield single. We've got some action at the bullpen for the big train. Austin Monahan from Potomac Falls, Virginia, getting warmed up. And a swing and a miss to retire the side. It's Barada as well. Barada is left on base, but the Cropdusters are ticking their way back. It's a 3-2 contest. Big train on top. Day's over for Marco Laveri. In steps in Henry Lewis, the right-hander. He's going to get his shot at the mound, that is. And going up against the catcher and the 8-hitter Gamisty. Nice-looking pitches, but he's not making contact in the zone. In a hurry. 3-0 the count for the 8-hitter who had a hit up the middle of the field. And this happened in the second inning. This is the top of the fourth. Will Hack, the right fielder, on deck. Strike one, pumped by the zone and into the outer corner. And a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. In the spot is Lewis, the UMBC retriever. Let's see how he fares. Six-pitch walk sends the 8-hitter aboard at first. He's going to get his chance against the reliever. Nice breaking ball to the outside. Strike one. Head of the count. That's what you want from a reliever. And the reliever is from Hagerstown. Made 5 appearances for the Retrievers. And worked his second best 1 2/3 inning pitch against Coppin State back in March the 22nd. Very well known in the high school scene here in Maryland. Was a part of the Central Maryland Conference 3A champions in 2023. Working his way back into it is the 9-hitter Hack. 1-2 the count. He started things off with a nice breaking ball to the outside. This one lifted to shallow center. He doesn't even have to move. It's Walter all the way out there. Comfortable and cool as he is, he gets the first out in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, and a big time out right there because now you're back to the top of the order, right? So, if he allows Hack to reach base there, you've got 2 on and no outs. But an out right there keeps just 1 on base, and you also give yourself just 2 outs to go, so a huge out right there for Lewis as he starts to settle into this game.
1 out on a fly out, and the 8-hitter is aboard on a walk. To the top of the order we go with Bagneris again. He lifts his first offering just behind the grandstand here at First Responder Field, and it's an 0-1 count. After he started the day with a single to left field, he flew out deep to left center in the second inning with an even count. And 1 on and 1 out. Is at this point in time where the 8-hitter and base runner moves away from the bag. And now he moves up, and this one towards Booma, and he throws it at first. As a man tags up, 2 outs so far for the big train in the fourth. And these 2 putouts you've seen, this recent ground out as well as the fly out to Walter's glove, they didn't really have to move that much.
Just making it easy on his defender. That's the best thing you can do as a pitcher.
Yeah.
You can try and help out the men behind you the best that you can, and he does that right there.
Defense is all working together, my friend. First offering to the two-hitter Johnson, who walked in the third and struck out looking against Lavery. Looks through ball one to the outside. He bats left. This one went towards the glove side of Springmeyer. And again in that direction, but just a bit to the point where he had to move. Jersey native was able to stop two batters. He has two strikeouts on the day, and this one lifted away from the wall. It's gone, and it's a two-run shot for the two-hitter, and the Big Train are up 5-0. 5-2, that is. Excuse me.
Yeah, there's a reason that guy's your two-hole hitter, because even though Bangeries couldn't get on base this time, right, in the event that he does, he can do stuff just like that. That one ain't no doubter. And the Big Train, they've got their biggest advantage of this game as they're in front by 3 runs.
Front by 3 runs. They scored the first run of the day on an RBI double from Machado. Scored from third was Bagneries. And then an RBI double from Emilio Gonzalez to round out Machado. Brendan Wright is hitless, and he's the 3-hitter. He's up now. Grounded to short in the first and walked to first in the third. This one to Melton, and he steps onto the bag. So nobody on, but still they do their damage with a 2-run shot for Johnson. He scored in Gamesty, and a 3-run lead for the road team in Olney. Starting the bottom of the fourth here in Olney. It's Dylan Melton who had the recent put out after the big train scored 2 runs off of 2 hits. Ali here with Peyton Youse and a familiar face around this ballpark. It's Cam Hyder. Hi, Cam.
Hi, how are you, Ali?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. It's a nice day today. You didn't see that too much last summer. And this one's lifted in the air to left it in the glove of Brennan Wright, a returning Cal Ripken League ball player. And you had 2 years in the Ripken League yourself. How was that like for you? We talked about it before, too.
Yeah, it was good. They're definitely long summers, but it's good baseball. It's fun meeting new teammates and new guys every summer. So it's definitely a different experience every season.
There you go. Got any thoughts, Peyton?
Yeah, this guy's definitely got more experience than me. Said he's been in the league for 2 years, my first year, so he beats me, takes the cake.
But it's some nice action here. What do you think the Cropdusters should do to get back in this contest?
I think they're doing just fine. They're having good at bats. They've been putting good swings on the ball. They're just hitting a few hard fly balls right to the outfielders, and getting some guys thrown out on the base pass. But other than that, they're having some pretty good at bats.
And we're just enjoying all the action. It's just so beautiful, so nice to see it. This one towards the left field line, that is, and just stays foul. Boy, that must be a nail biter when you're up at the plate.
Yeah, that's one of those feelings where when you hit it, you kind of know in the back of your head it's going to go foul, but you hit it so well that you just got to run it out and see what happens.
That's right. What was your favorite pitch to look at and try to hit at?
Oh, fastball, 100%. Most of the time you're going to get a fastball every at bat, so that was definitely the one that I was looking for.
Were you calling yourself a daredevil?
No, as being a smaller guy, pitchers weren't too concerned about me hitting the ball over the fence, so they would stay away from some of the off-speed pitches against me.
Today is Adam Leader Appreciation Night. He's got his own bobblehead. Do you think it's an accurate representation of him?
I think it looks somewhat all right. I think the bobblehead gives him a little bit of height. If you look at it, I don't know if you can do that to him.
Oh, you can't say that to your friend. Come on, he's a great guy. We appreciate him.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. He's done a lot of great things around Reservoir High School and the Cropdusters baseball for sure. Everyone he comes in contact with has a positive description of him. So he's definitely a Hall of Fame coach for sure.
You played under him. Was he intimidating from the beginning?
No, he's not intimidating at all. He's very welcoming. He has open arms. He doesn't necessarily care if you're a freshman, if you're a young guy, or a senior. He just wants you to give everything you have, and he wants to win. So whatever he's got to do to create a family atmosphere and to win baseball games, he's going to do. So he's very welcoming. He knows your first and last name as soon as you step foot in the door. So he's definitely the coach that you want to play for.
Definitely the man to be. And even here, he's just been nothing but receptive to everybody. And it's good that he's got his own bobblehead. Something to see when he wakes up.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll put it on his nightstand. I'm sure he'll have another one for his desk at school so everyone can see it as well. But no, it's definitely a good thing for him to have. He deserves it. He deserves the recognition because he doesn't get a lot of it, being behind the scenes and just being the coach. Usually the players get a lot of the notice, but he definitely deserves everything that he's getting.
Oh, I got you. Well, what about this, though, right? Were there times where he would just get on you guys at Reservoir? Was it ever in that sense?
Yeah, he would definitely get on guys from time to time when it was needed, but he was good at knowing when to do it.
So the Cropdusters come without a run here. So we're heading to the top of the fifth. This game's still 5-2. back here in Olney, Cropdusters down 3 runs, 5-2 is the score. And not much doing for them in the previous inning. Ali here once more with Cam Hyder and Peyton Nielsen, my running mate here. And Cam, I'm telling you, even though it is sun dropped, I would say, it's just very cold up here.
What's that?
It's cold at the press box.
Oh yeah. Press box is nice. Get you out of the heat. That's for sure.
Yeah. Whenever you would talk with the Cropdusters when you were a coach, how would you will the players into any at bats?
I'm not willing them into anything. They gotta want it themselves. But sometimes towards the end of the summer, you definitely gotta give them a little bit more motivation than other at bats, just because the summer drags on. That's for sure. But they do a very good job of staying up for games because they know what's in it for them. They have a purpose. They know why they're here. So they're pretty good about it. They're pretty mature.
Okay. But what about this? When you talk to pitchers and you're facing a very, very strong hitter in Emilio Gonzalez, what do you tell them?
I was definitely not a pitching coach, but I would tell them, trust your stuff. You're here for a reason as well. If you're playing at this level, then there's definitely something you have that'll allow you to be successful against any hitter. So that's probably my best advice I could give a pitcher.
This one drifts foul at the last moment. I'm telling you, it just takes everybody's breath when you see that.
Yeah, you definitely were hoping that one was going to go foul, especially if you're on the Cropduster side.
Yeah. UMBC usually plays Townsend a lot and Salisbury. What do you think about their play?
Salisbury's different division, so we're Division 3, but it's pretty similar. A lot of college baseball, the style of play is pretty similar, so you see a lot of the same sacrifice bonds, manufacturing runs on offense that you don't see in the MLB, which kind of makes college baseball, I think, a little bit more interesting. You have to be able to execute a little bit better, and because you're not just going to be able to get the guy that's going to hit 50 home runs in a season. So there's definitely a different strategy involved in the game than what you see on TV in the major leagues.
Gotcha. A favorable count for either side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Tags this to the right side, and Boma's going to have to corral it and throw it on over. 2 outs. We love to see that, huh, Cam?
Yeah, with a hitter like that, it's good to see him get a weak ground ball. I remember him. He's been in the league for a while, and he definitely hurt us the past couple years. So that was a good job of pitching there.
Whenever you get a weak grounder like that, what goes through your mind as a batter?
It's definitely frustrating, that's for sure. You're kind of just already on to the next at bat. You kind of have to forget it real quick and move on. That's the best thing you can do.
Best thing you can do, and we're soldiering on. It's upon it, a returning Ripken League hand up at the plate. That's right, and nobody on, and 2 outs. What goes into looking through a pitch that's outside?
Looking for a pitch that's outside, you kind of after the amount of at bats you get through a season, you have a pretty good gauge on the strike zone. So if you're seeing a fastball away, you're able to pick it up pretty early. A lot of hitters will look to a certain spot in the strike zone. So whether they're looking on the inner half or the outer half, they kind of eliminate the other side of the plate, just to kind of give themselves a little bit less to worry about until they have 2 strikes. So that makes it a little bit easier on them.
Henry Lewis with a favorable count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody on. And this one towards the left side. On it is Condoleezza. What a throw, and it is in time, but just a bit away from him, so he had to stretch away That's Melton out there at first. Thank you so much, Cam, for the time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And so, Cropdusters still down by 3 runs. They showed life on defense. How can that generate an offense? Cropdusters, with their first rendition of Cotton Eye Joe at home, can that be the turning point for them? It's Condoleezza up at the plate, as well as Kenneth Nickerson, who is up on the mound in his second appearance in the inning for him. Already a foul ball for Condoleezza, and a strike painted through. A late call by the home plate umpire. So the leadoff man just down in the count. 0-2 is this count. And the left side it goes, and backtracking is Panette, and Gonzalez stepped away from the bag. It's an infield single for the 5-hitter. I have to correct myself. He backtracked a little bit and drew an error. Ben Ford, who swings and misses on his first pitch he sees from Nickerson. And this time he looks it through. They look to Condoleezza. This one to the right side, and the throw and the turn. Not in time on the throw from Mangdaris to Gonzalez, but they do get the out on Condalis.
What a stop from Machado on that one. I mean, that one hit hard. He kind of has to backtrack and move back almost to the outfield grass and make an incredible diving stop. I know he just gets one, can't turn two, but I mean, that is an impressive stop right there.
An impressive stop. He got on a base on an error. Fielding error on Ponnet. Ben Ford is safe at first. They try to turn him on a 6-4-3 double play. Does not happen. So it's the leadoff man who has not been in it since the 5th. He gets it now with the ball painted through to the lower side. And Walter got things going in the 3rd with a triple to right center field. And an infield single to first in the 1st inning. It's his 3rd at-bat today with a favorable count. The count is 2 balls, no strikes. They're able to turn a 1. Condalis moving from first to second base. They look towards Ben Ford, and he stands his ground. Fun attempt shown for the one-hitter. Only 1 stolen base today, 3 yesterday. He was looking to move along the base paths. Strike painted across from Nickerson. 3-1 count.
Yeah, you'd have to think the number of stolen bases goes up throughout the summer. 'Cause these teams, they're going to play, sometimes 6, 7, even 8 times. So once they start to learn, these pitchers' kind of tendencies, it's easier to steal bases.
There he goes. It's drifting to right field as Ben Ford moves back to first. Walter is out on a fly out to the glove of Hack. And a broken bat to boot. That's what happens in the Whip Bat League. You just got to cycle through any bats that you got.
We saw one yesterday against the Giants.
Yes. Donis Rodriguez, most likely in the later innings. And as we talk about that, Donis is up at the plate. 2 outs so far. Walter put out on a fly ball to right. Donis with a good start to his 3rd at-bat. Sack hit in the 1st and an RBI single to bring in Walter in the 3rd. And at the plate, 2 balls, 1 strike. Apologies, 3 balls, no strikes. He went around it. It is a strike across for Rodriguez. Nickerson painted it into the lower half of the zone. 1 man on, 2 out. It's Ford at first as he moves up. And a walk for Donis Rodriguez. Beretta's coming up to the plate. And Beretta, the 3-hitter, represents the tying run.
Yeah, he's had
If he can come across the plate.
Yeah, he's had himself a very nice home debut. Got himself an RBI in his first at-bat and then had a double in his second at-bat. So he's had a hot start to this home opener and chance here to get the Cropdusters back in this game.
See how how he fares. It's for the 9 hitter, and he's at second. He stands just 2 feet away and off to the side of Machado, the shortstop. Well, let's talk about Nickerson. He has such good command at the plate. He throws a strike here, but not a lot of favorable chances for the batters. This one lifted into the air to left field, and this one is caught by right. Stranding 2 on. Big Train preserved their lead. 3-run lead, that is, here in Olney. Another new arm after 2 innings of play for Lewis. It's Clark Green, the right-hander, and Lewis exits the game with 1 hit allowed and 2 earned runs. 1 strikeout to his credit. It's Clark Green's mound with Mirza starting things off. 3rd plate appearance, grounded out twice. 1 to first, and the other one same place as well. Those were back in the 2nd and 3rd innings. Late in this game, what are you thinking, my friend Peyton?
Yeah, Cropdusters not out of it just yet. We saw yesterday, offense came later in the game. So, if you're the Cropdusters, it's really just about, trying to string together some hits and then trying to capitalize on them. So, new pitcher in the game here, so just you get the outs that you need to get and then go back to work on offense.
Yeah, this one drops around the left field line, and that's going to drop down. It's a stand-up double to start things off for the 7-hitter. 8-hitter comes back up. He's got a hit, single up the middle in the 2nd, and walked to first in the 4th, and then was driven on a 2-run shot from the 2-hitter Johnson. We're about to turn things back to the top of the order again. later in this inning. Clark Green, who plays for Millersville as well, 14 and 2/3 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts to his credit, and a 4.91 ERA. The 8-hitter looks at ball one across the plate. Man is up at second in Mirza, standing parallel with the umpire at second, and they look his way. He's safe sliding through. The 9-hitter is on deck. Has not recorded a hit yet in this contest. Put out behind the plate in the second, and flew out to center field in the fourth. The catcher has a 2-0 count, and the pitch from Green just a bit inside. Elevates up high, and it is ball 4 to send Gamesty to first, second walk in it, and as many at bats, and it brings up Hack again with his third plate appearance. Springmeyer has a quick word with the new hand in Green.
So that's 4 walks issued by the Cropdusters. Yesterday, 12 was the final number, so definitely some improvements being made, but, as Leader said, as Brewer said, finding the zone is paramount. So definitely something the Cropdusters are going to be hoping to improve on as the season comes along.
Yeah, 3 out of the 4 pitchers that we've seen. This one that's right around third base. Not moving up there, it is Barada from his third base position. And 3 base runners on and bring back up Bangareese. Hitless in the last 2 at-bats, but had a hit. It was a single to left field in the first. As I was mentioned earlier, 3 walks for Russell, Twinning, and Correll in the loss against Gaithersburg. Only a 2-run deficit in the ball game. What a great pitch from Green. He pours it to the outer corner. He's starting to adjust himself a little bit. We'd love to see that from our Cropdusters.
Yeah, in the previous play, can't even put it really on Green because it's just the second game. Players still trying to figure out forms of communication, and you saw that right there. Nobody covering first base, so that's an issue that I don't expect to see continue for this Cropdusters team.
And this one drifts to the left side and is going to bring 2 runs in. You got Mirza from third as well as Gamnesty scoring from second. Just great base running, and the Cropdusters find themselves down by 5 runs. It's 7-2, the score in Olney.
Yeah, just a beautiful piece of hitting as he finds the open space in between second and third. So Big Train, right now, an opportunity for them to kind of separate. They're up by 5. So a chance for them to kind of pull away in this game.
They've got 3 hits, and in between that, a walk for Gamnesty. He, as well as Mirza, score. 2 RBI single to the left side for the 1-hitter. He's at first with Johnson with a favorable start. A 1-0 count. The Big Train started to pull ahead with a 2-run shot to right from this particular batter, and he fouls it off into the netting. So positive light for the reliever who's on the mound in green. Just a bit outside on him. Out to the side it goes, and it's foul. Al Johnson with an even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Start off favorably for him. But with the contact, he put himself in an even spot. 2 men on, and no outs so far. 3-2 on a pitch high and outside. And he swings at it and misses. 1 out, still 2 on, with Brennan Wright coming up to the plate. Hitless today, and this is his 4th plate appearance as he works his way up to the batter's box. He bats left.
If you're green, you just have to use that as momentum, right? Allowing consecutive hitters to reach base, and now you finally get that first strikeout. Now is a chance where he can really settle in and tack on a few more.
Early in this inning, Mirza was the leadoff guy. Got on base on a double. This one is up in the air. And look at who he's got it. It's Ben Ford. And he's going to try to throw it on over. Now there's a bit of confusion. Springmeier's on it. They get out number 3 in a haze and in confusion. They do get it. Cropdusters are able to stave off the play there. They gave up 2 runs. This time they do get 2 outs in succession. They're looking to get their way back into it. It is going into the bottom of the 6th with a 5-run hole. New pitcher up, third one for the big train. Nathan Wise, a right-hander. He's going up against Andrew Duncan, the four-hitter, with Melton on deck. And see how the Cropdusters fare. They're able to stave off the two-run top of the frame. And by all indications, it's go time.
Yeah, I mean, we heard it from our PA guy. It's rally time. So the chance for the Cropdusters to string together some hits and try and put some runs on the board, especially some crooked numbers.
Nathan Weiss has not been able to make contact so far. It's just a matter of, I would say it's just, how do you progress? How do you acclimate yourself in the Ripken League? Would you agree?
Yeah, for, a good amount of these guys. Obviously, some returning guys, especially for the Cropdusters, but it's their first
This
time
one's
in
a
the league.
solid contact. I'm sorry, Peyton, but solid contact nonetheless. Drops in at left field, and it's Andrew Duncan's first hit of the day. Leadoff single.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, not even extra base hit or a home run. I mean, just string together some singles, and you'll put some runs on the board before you know it.
And that's what we're looking for with the Cropdusters. They got a hit here, but the last two innings, they haven't had hits since the Walters leadoff triple, or the one-out triple, that is. So man on at first, it's Duncan. On a blooper to left field, it's Melton's turn to shine. He looks in a pitch to the outer corner. Ryan Booma on deck. Had a hit in the second inning. A one-out single to the left side. Give credit to TJ Gamisty. He's able to slide on and not let anything move around him. Melton with a low stance, bats left. Takes a look at the 1-1. This one misses up high on him. It's a winds in relief of Nickerson, who is able to pump by one strike in the fourth. It was against Landon Springmeyer. And he draws a walk on him. 5-pitch walk for Melton. Brings up Boma. 2 men on, and no out so far. Cropdusters trying to get out of the 5-run hole they have in the late stages of the contest.
Yeah, and one way to do that is draw walks. Up until Donis Rodriguez's third at-bat, Cropdusters hadn't drawn a walk yet. And you have Rodriguez's walk, and then 3 hitters after him, you have another walk. So now these walks, and you see the single from Duncan. This is how you get back in a game. You stay patient at the plate, but you also string together these singles. That's how you manufacture runs.
Joe McIntyre, associate coach on the team, has a quick word with the reliever Wines. But it's what we talked about early on in this frame. There's not a lot of contact in the zone yet. We'll see how he fares here. It's usually Craig Lopez, the pitching coach for the Big Train, who makes these marches. Lopez is a mainstay in the league as well. Was a pitching coach for the now-defunct Baltimore Redbirds, folded in 2018. Were co-champions that summer as well. Bunt shown, and this one is fair. Gonzalez is going to throw it on over to Bagneris. Sack bunt for Boma to move up. Duncan to third and Melton to second. One out for Springmeyer, the Arizona native. We talked about it earlier. Has that contact experience. Can it translate on his third plate appearance in the Ripken League? He's got a confident stance that is, standing upward. And makes contact early, just in the middle of the bat, and goes foul. Two base runners on. Duncan at third, eagerly waiting to move up to home. Breaking ball that just hits the upper half, and it is a strike across the plate. And Melton at second, creeping up just a bit closer to the infield grass. This one, it stays fair for Landon Springmeyer to drive in two. Scoring from third is Duncan. Scoring from second is Melton. And hold up just a minute, folks. They cut the lead by two with Springmeyer coming back. We talked about it with the new league note in this league here, Avery Grain, who just played a little bit of ball for the Olney Dusters in the MCBL. He gets the nod at second base running. Here he goes. He's moving up to third, and he's heading to home. The play at the plate, it is not in time. 5-7. Olney is creeping up in the late stages of the sixth inning. And it was a Condoleezza who was able to drive him home on an RBI single.
You see, that's all it takes, right? It's just a short single through the infield. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. These walks, these singles, they can compound on top of one another, and all of a sudden it's a two-run game.
Avery Green is the designated player today. We just saw a little bit of it, his base running ability. And they played a scrimmage together, the Olney Dusters and the Olney Cropdusters. And what the difference was is that one run, 1-14, we didn't stream it, but we were watching as we were going about our day. It was like, wow, this guy has some potential. We're going to want to have him. And here he is. He scores a crucial fifth run of the contest.
Yeah, we talked with Coach, or general manager, before the game, and he said that, he's basically here just for speed. Not to, knock on his skill ability or anything, but that's what he's here for. That's what he knows. He knows that's what he's here for. He's embraced the rule, he's embraced his role. And he shows it off right there. I mean, coming around from second to home and beating out the throw. Great job. Shows off the speed.
That after a bases clearing double from Springmeyer. And here's Ben Ford with Condoleezza, who's up at first. He had himself an RBI knock. Drifted into right field. And a walk for him. Two men on. Top of the order once more for the Cropdusters. It's Walter. Cade Walter, 2 hits on the day. Go along with the fly out towards right field in the 5th. It's his chance now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Favorable count for Cade Walter from Florida. The 1-0 count with 1 on, or 2 outs, 2 on, that is. 1 out and strike Payne through for an even count. This one into the netting, folks, so just hang on for a moment. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Rodriguez on deck. We're about to bat through the full order here. If Rodriguez and Barada come up to the plate. Is Candelas at second. He got on a base on an RBI single from right, which drove through Grain. And another foul ball for Walter. Walk for Ben Fold after that. All that action just for a walk, huh?
Yeah, but Walter, you can tell he wants to make an impact. Swinging at each pitch he sees, fouling them off, but you can tell he's just waiting for that one pitch. And if he took one over the fence, I think this place might actually erupt.
Here's his chance. This one is upstairs on him. 2 out. Walter is dejected and is heading back, but he looks back. And there he goes. Here comes Donis Rodriguez. Wines got him to look on the ensuing pitch. Rodriguez had a hit early on. RBI single to drive in Walter in the third. A change up for him. It goes outside, but it stays into the zone. It is an 0-1 count. 2 outs. Candelas and Ford, who are at second and first respectively, are the base runners. After all that action and a strikeout, he's starting to feel himself and try to keep the Dusters from trying to add more runs. 3 runs come across in this inning. And this one dribbles in front of Bagneris. He corrals it, but the bases are all occupied, folks. Candelas at third, Ford at second, and it's Rodriguez who gets a hit. Barada with a great chance to open things up and give the Cropdusters their first lead of the contest. Ball 1 for Barada. This one upstairs on him again. Barada has a nice day today. He's trying to add a little bit more, huh?
Yeah, he had the chance to do it last time, couldn't come through as he flew out into the outfield. But man, when you put one in the outfield, it's a tie game.
The appeal at third. It's a clean ball for the 3-hitter. Big Train animated at their dugout. They wanted a call there. But they're working with 2 outs. So how can Wines fare get back into it? He's going to allow a 4-pitch walk to bring in Candelas. 7-6, and the Cropdusters can smell a little bit of confidence. They're down by 1 run.
Yeah, the second RBI of the game for Logan Barada. Had the RBI via the ground out, his first at-bat, and now in his 4th at-bat, an RBI walk. So, not the most traditional way, but he gets it done nonetheless. And like you said, I mean, all it takes is one swing here, and the Cropdusters in front for the first time in this game.
And it was all started by a leadoff single to left field from Duncan, who's back up at the plate. And with a favorable count, a 1-0 count that is. 2 outs for Wines in the Big Train. And the Cropdusters trying to add a little bit more if they can. Low and inside goes the pitch from the right-handed reliever. He's got one strikeout in this inning. Got Cade Walter to look on an ensuing pitch. Takes a good look at Rodriguez at second. And the pitch elevates up high. And the seventh straight walk will bring up Gamesty to have a quick word. It's in spurts, though. We've seen him have that strikeout ability. But what's going through the mind now? What are you thinking, Peyton?
Yeah, all he needs is one out. If he just puts one on the ground, keeps it in the infield, inning's over, damage is done. So he's just trying to find, try and get the batter to find that, one pitch to swing at and ground out in the inning.
Foul ball for Duncan after the quick toss. Just took a hop and then just went around to the dugout of the big train. Just about setting here in Olney, Maryland. And another walk. 5 pitch it takes for the Cropdusters to bring in another run. And it is a tied contest, 7-7 all.
Yeah, tied contest for the first time in this game. I mean, the Cropdusters, they were down by 5 runs. This was a 7-2 game. And all of a sudden, we're tied for the first time here in this home opener. I mean, you put up 5 runs in 1 inning. Everybody on the team deserves its flowers.
It's Ben Ford who scores from third to home. Let's see how the Melton does here. Looks at the strike. Wines is starting to come back into this. After the strike that's been pumped across. Uneven count on a pitch that goes inside on the left-handed batter. Melton walked early on in this inning. Was brought in on a 2 RBI double. This one drops in front of right. Here comes Rodriguez as well as Barada. One more. Yes, sir. 3 runs. Another base clearing double. And this one from Melton. The Cropdusters are up by 3 in the 6th inning.
I mean, this just proves how quickly a game of baseball can change, right? You're coming into this inning, you're down by 5 runs, it's 7-2. All of a sudden, you put up an 8 spot, and you're in front by 3 runs, leading for the first time in this game. Just unbelievable stuff from the Cropdusters, and it's obvious they're powered by their fans in their home opener. This is just an electric atmosphere here in Olney.
Melton with a blooper that just caught right flat-footed in a way, and it's another inning, another instance where they have a bases-clearing play. Bases-clearing double for Springmeyer, and then another one just recently, and now that will spring up Mr. Melton on a pass ball. But Melton, boy, he looks really sharp out there, I'm telling you. So now he's at third. It was just off of the glove of Gamesty. Boma had a sac bunt that moved up Melton and Duncan early on in the contest. Or in this inning, I should say. And winds again in a 3-0 hole. The right-handed batter is trying to get on a base for the second time in the contest. And he will. There's a base runner at third. It's Melton. And at first, it's Boma on a walk. This has got to be the 4th walk given up by Wines. And Joe McIntyre is going to have a quick word once more. Not just a quick word. But he takes the baseball away from him. We'll step away. New pitcher on the way for the reigning champion, Big Train. Run spurt in this inning. We're still in the bottom of the sixth with Boma at first and 2 outs. Meet another pitcher on the mound. It's the third-year Ripken League big train hand, Jordan Capuano. He's trying to get this team out of the jam. And early on, he just takes it downstairs. Against Landon Springmeyer, who had a bases-clearing double that brought in Duncan and Melton early on in this bottom frame.
Yeah, he was kind of the spark to this rally, so now it comes full circle for him.
And he's already ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Similar pitch, similar result towards the low and away corner. Lifted up high and foul. There's 2 players giving chase. It's Panett and Wright. Angled towards the bullpen for the big train. Sun's just about to start setting here. It's another lovely sunset as well.
Yeah, we saw a beautiful one last night at Gaithersburg, and we're going to be in for another treat here this evening.
And he swings and misses on the ensuing pitch. But I will tell you, when you go to Lorton, that's another place that has a nice sunset. It's really awesome. They play at the South County High School facility.
the end of the year, we should do a sunset rankings from all 8 stadiums.
That's all you,
Yeah.
buddy. Even count 2-2 streaks just around the torso of Springmeyer. Any other batter, they would get a little angry. It's good on them, though, to keep this cool. Boma at first, he got a 2-out walk after a base clearing double from Melton. Bases are loaded again. I gotta apologize to you. Melton is at third. Boma's at second. And Springmeyer is at first. Avery Grain, who was the designated player, you'll see him. He's going to come back up. He was thinking that he was not going to come up, but here he is right here. Him and Carter Ritchie shake hands. So 3 on. Grain at first, Boma at second, Melton at third. That was a bit close to the breadbasket.
Yeah, and if you're looking for, something to tie these big train struggles back to, just think about the fact they came into this inning allowing just 1 walk so far. They're now at 7. So 6 walks in 1 inning. That's it's going to hurt you.
Favorable count for the ensuing batter, Condalis, the 8-hitter. It's now a 1-1 count, Capuano. Had 2 players on when he came up. And now drew a walk for Springmeyer. The 8-hitter had an RBI single to right field. Looks in, strike 2. He would have liked a different result. You see him shaking his head. What must be going through his mind?
You can always tell from a player's body language. That's the big key.
1-2 lifted in front of bent forward and foul. Redo the 1-2 count, Capuano. 3rd time in the Ripken League. Had some honors back in 2024. Member of the North All-Star squad. Even count for Condalis. East Stroudsburg University hand. As we mentioned, has a hit. Got on a base on an error in the 5th. Capuano stirs through the 2-2. Fouled once more. Did he go around it? Yes, he did. They strand 3 players on. The onslaught ends. Cropdusters up by 3 in a flash. Daniel Machado has the heavy duty of trying to wheel his team back into it. We just saw the Cropdusters, the home team, score 8 runs. Clark Green turns into a fresh hand all of a sudden.
Yeah, and if you're the big train, I mean, can you believe you're even saying that sentence? I mean, playing from behind after they were up by 5 runs.
Yeah, no. 2-7 to start the bottom of the 6th. Lifted in the air, Walter as well as Ford drift down it. It's Walter, the former, who grabs onto it to retire 1 to bring up Gonzalez. Gonzalez has 2 hits, an RBI double, and a single. Outside of that, he got put out at second. Oh, just a bit off the netting. It almost tracked like it was going to go to the pavilion here at the First Responder Field complex.
Almost had a souvenir for somebody.
But we saw it, though, before in the pregame. Leader threw out the first pitch because it was this night bobblehead night. He got to throw up a signed baseball. That's a nice little souvenir.
He still got his arm.
Hey,
Playing days might be over, but hey, he still got his arm.
And you will see on our YouTube page, the Cropdusters Baseball Network, we do have an interview up with him, talk about his background. And he did have an injury when he was playing high school ball. So he was able to work himself into the coaching ranks, and it's worked out well for him.
Yeah, if you know Coach Leader, I mean, he's a fighter and shows it right there.
And what's good about you? You did pull up his accomplishments. We want to pull that up. Hall of Fame accomplishments in the state of Maryland.
Yeah, I mean, you see it on your screen right now. The achievements speak for themselves, but I think his biggest achievement, he's a Yankees fan, so we know he's a good guy. We know we can trust him, of course, but just that resume, it speaks for itself, this guy. And a member of the Maryland Baseball Hall of Fame, I mean, what hasn't this guy done? Just an incredible human being.
Comes from the abashed Yankees fan.
See, the thing about Leader is, he's really been, he's kind of spearheaded both the programs he's been at. Reservoir from, when they started in 2002. He's been the head coach since, and same thing with the Cropdusters. So he's, been leading both these programs from their inception.
Enough with the lavish words. It's a full count for Gonzalez. And he puts his bat on it. The contact just goes foul around the first base side. Leader's a good guy, and Gonzalez is a great guy. I got to talk to him a couple of times last 2 summers. Someone down to earth. Played at Southwestern University. After some time with Florida Atlantic, he's out on a swing and a miss. Logan Panett comes up, down with 2 outs in this top frame. Emilio Gonzalez is the second batter that Green has thrown a strike against. So Panett now. Sack fly in the third to bring in Cal Johnson from third. Outside of that, he got put out behind the plate in the first and grounded to short. He fights off the ensuing pitch from Green. A 1-1 count. Counts 2 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs for the Bethesda Big Train. The recent out was a strikeout for Green against Gonzalez, the sure-handed batter. This one lifted in the air to left field. One more time for the reel is Ben Ford. The last time he was sliding to catch it. This time he tumbles over to make the catch. Cropdusters sharp in the outfield, and they still lead it by 3 runs. Oh, do we all sing it? No. Wait, they're not gonna sing the "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"? Huh? Yeah, with the Aces, we all got to sing it together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Back here in Olney, Jordan Capuana still up there, and it's back to him on the ensuing pitch. Quick contact for Ben Ford, and he is out. 1-3 ground out. Back up to the pitcher. That's something you don't see too often. 1 pitch, 1 out to bring up Cade Walter. 5th at bat. Struck out in his last at bat in the 6th. Out of everybody in the 8-run 6th inning, he was the only one who didn't have much in the score sheet.
Yeah, but he started off the game, with a single, followed that up with a triple.
There
so
you
know,
go.
He did his work.
A little contradiction action.
Exactly.
1-0 count for the one-hitter. Top of the 7th. Big Train down by 3 runs. Cropdusters in their home opener looking very sharp and in their 5th anniversary season. With a pitch outside for Capuano. This one grazes the inside corner, that is. Capuano down in the count. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out so far. 1 pitch is all it took to retire Ben Ford. he draws a walk. Cade Walter is on base. Third time he's base running in this contest. Triple back in the third inning. Infield single into the first base side. It's a good night for him.
Yeah,
Another good night for Adonis Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's the leadoff guy for a reason, right? He can hit singles, he can get extra base hits. He got a triple in his second at bat, and he also has great plate vision. Shows it off right there, draws the walk. Just tremendous stuff. There's a reason why he's the leadoff guy for this talented Cropdusters team.
Talent is what they have in bunches. It's Rodriguez now coming up. Bats left. RBI single to his credit in the third. And had an infield single in the sixth inning towards the middle stages of what would be a great 8-run inning. Back to second it goes, and they do get the out on the base runner in Walter. No for his stolen base prowess. He's got 4 stolen bases in the previous these two contests we've seen. Was caught stealing on that one. No base runners on, 2 outs with the 2-hitter on. 1-1 levels downstairs. Another low pitch. 5. That's Rodriguez is going to come back up. 3 balls, 1 strike, that is. What a good look for Rodriguez. 5-pitch walk for him. He's going to move up to first. We had a guy that was caught stealing in Cade Walter. But even after that, the next base, another batter, they're up to the base.
Yeah, and Rodriguez, I mean, he's had himself a great first home game. I mean, he's reached base in his past 4 at-bats, so it's been a really, really strong game for him. A guy we mentioned, signed by the Brewers at 16. And he has all the talent in the world. He's showing it off here this evening.
Rodriguez is first on a walk, second consecutive walk given up by Capuano in relief of Wines. The 3-hitter looking to get back into the bag. He looks in, strike 1 to the outer corner. RBI walk in the previous inning. His only appearance in that inning. Blew out twice. And he's caught looking, and Capuano's got his second strikeout of the contest. 1 man left on. Cropdusters, we're getting close to the end. They're holding on to their 3-run lead. Welcome back to Olney, late stages of the contest. Top of the 8th inning. We're in the bottom of the order with Mirza waving and missing on his first pitch. It's Clark Green still up on the mound. He came in relief of Lewis in the 6th inning. He's got 2 strikeouts so far. And to his credit, only 1 walk.
Yeah, and he kind of got thrown into a pickle. I mean, during that, onslaught for the Cropdusters, he didn't pitch for 45 minutes, so kind of had to throw an impromptu bullpen session to stay loose, and he's back on the mound doing his thing.
This one dribbles around the third baseline. What a great play from Barada, and he throws it on over. Out number 1 in a dramatic fashion. Across the diamond it goes for the first out. 8 hitters up now. He's got 1 hit so far in this contest, scored in the 4th and 6th innings, and it was both times he got on a walk. Mirza is out, and Colangelo comes up to have a quick word with the umpire. Quick stoppage of action as they have a quick word. That's a first that we've seen in the Ripken League. That's Coach Colangelo pleading his case after a clean out. He's tossed out of the contest, and he has a quick word with the umpire about it.
Yeah, I mean, a number of firsts here we see those 2 get tossed, but we also saw the base running blunder where the guys kind of lapped each other. I mean, it's just been a night of first, it seems. It's been a crazy night, and that, kind of the cherry on top.
It's time for him to peter around in the parking lot for a little while. So, Mirza's out. He's also ejected as well. They're starting to work their way back into the contest. Gamsty's still waiting around the batter's box, having a spirited conversation with Landon Springmeyer, as you see on your screen. Lower portion, that is. Now they're going to play ball here. Green on the mound, looking very sharp, with 2 strikeouts to his name. This one taken up high and in. He hacks at it on the 1-0 pitch. So breaking ball there. It's strike 2 across the plate against the 8-hitter Gamsty. For the Cropdusters. 1 out so far in the top of the 8th. And the Cropdusters lead at 10-7 on a 5-hit that is, an 8-run 6th inning. And retiring Gramesty is Green, his 3rd strikeout, this one swinging.
Yeah, it's been an interesting night for him between everything that's happened, but I mean, he's held his own. Great strikeout stuff. He's, touched the low to mid-90s with that fastball. He's had a very strong start in, should I say, the overalls of the Cropdusters uniform.
Pitch up high. But what do you think about these home uniforms? They're just one of the beautiful ones in this league.
I think they're starting to grow on me.
There you go. Green undeals the 1-0. Hooked it just a bit to the outside. It's to the left side it goes. The 9-hitter Will Hack had an infield single in the 6th. Outside of that, got put out in the 2nd, and then flew out to center in the 4th inning. Now lifts this one towards the wall at left, and look at who's over there. Ben Ford. And the last time we saw him make a play was in the previous inning. He was on all of his limbs, and he was trying to make the out. He's got it. One more time, another highlight reel play. Cropdusters hanging on to a 3-run lead. Welcome back to First Responder Field on the campus of OBGC Park. Ali Ali here once more with Peyton Yous. And Peyton Andrew Duncan starts things off against Capuano once more. And it's going to be a fun ride once we get out of this game.
Yeah, he's had himself a nice first game here at home. 1 for 3 with a single. Also had an RBI walk his last time up at the dish, so showing off the bat, but also showing off the plate vision as well.
Showing off the confidence with that swing and a miss as well. Had a walk, got a run in the 6th inning, as well as a single to left field. Oh, this one is lifted to left field, off of the wall. It's gone. A solo shot to lead things off. With that onslaught, we've got ourselves the first ever or first home run of the summer here at Olney.
Yeah, we said Duncan has the plate vision. He's got the bat. Well, how about the power? He taps into it right there as he takes that one over the fence in left field. Cropdusters now up by 4 runs, and they just continue to bridge that gap.
Bridge it and feel confident about it as well. We talked about it. His first pitch, he misses at it. That one was a no-doubter, as they say. And it brings up Melton once more. 2 RBI double left in the 6th. Walked in the 6th as well. Ball 1 to his credit to start things off here against Capuano. Good handle from Gramesty. 2-0 the count, nobody on, no outs. The solo shot, the difference in the 8th. This one in the upper half. This time pumped across the zone against Melton. Capuano, after allowing that solo shot, is getting back into the count. Swings on it again, this one towards the lower half, but he hit it a little bit higher than that. So 1 out, bringing on Boma. His only hit in this contest came in the 2nd. His first at-bat, a single to the left side. Right-handed batter Boma, eager to wait the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes, nobody on, and 1 out in the bottom half of the 8th. To the right side it goes. It's going to go down. Base hit on a ground ball to spring up Boma. A 1-out single to bring up Springmeyer.
Yeah, nice for Boma in what might be his final at-bat of this game. Kind of bookends. It starts with a single and then ends, presumably, with a single. So nice kind of bookend there as he gets himself his 2nd hit of the evening.
Springmeyer, bases clearing double that broke the doors a little bit open for the Cropdusters. Able to drive in 2 runs in that inning. Left on base after he walked to first. He's going up against Capuano this time. This one drops downstairs, and it springs Boma to 2nd on a wild pitch. Capuano brings over Gramesty. 1-0 count after ball 1. That dropped a little bit low and out of the wheelhouse for Gramesty. It's a quick one for them, just to figure out what pitch they want to work in on the ensuing 1-0 count. Boma's at 2nd, and he's going to move up easily again. inner half, but stays out. Darkness starting to creep up here at First Responder Field. Cropdusters trying to get on extra runs. They've got one that came across early on in this inning. A solo shot to left field for the leadoff man, Duncan. Duke Blue Devils got himself a nice hit in his first home game in the Rifkin League.
Yeah, they're called insurance runs for a reason. I mean, tack on one more, even two more, wouldn't even hurt. Because, I mean, you've seen what can happen in just one inning. Cropdusters put up an 8 spot, so they know that a game can flip on its head in just one inning. So it definitely wouldn't hurt if they tacked on a few more, that's for sure.
Here comes Sander Candelas. RBI single in the 6th, and then got on the base on an error in the 5th. 2 men on, one at third in Boma. Recorded a single to the right side after Duncan's shot to left. He will take the pitch inside on a 1-0 count. And a runner takes off and he slides on through. Late call, safe at the bag goes Avery Grain, who is the designated player pinch running for Springmeyer. Candelas now with an even count at the plate. Potential 2 more runs in scoring position. Grain at second, he moves back to the bag. And at third, it's Boma. Moved up twice on a wild pitch. Capuano with the 2-1. And a quick foul ball for Candelas. Big time hit and miss for Candelas. He's out on the ensuing pitch from Capuano, and Capuano's got his second strikeout in this inning, his 4th overall in relief of Wines. 2 outs for Big Train, trying to stay alive against the Cropdusters. Bit on a high against the 9-hitter Ford. Ford is hitless today. He's one of 2 players who does not have a hit today. The other one being Dylan it's Ryan Boma. I apologize. Wait a minute. Pitch from Capuano. He was able to retire Candelas on a strikeout swinging as he picked apart the outer half of the zone. This pitch bottoms out on him. great breaking ball from Capuano to make it 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count. Eagerly waiting to move up is Boma at third and Grain at second. Formerly of the MCBL's Olney Dusters. Designated player today, pinch running for Springmeyer. They'll have to redo it on another foul ball from Ben Ford, the 9-hitter. Capuano's working with 2 outs. And we'll redo the 3-2 pitch. Lifted in the air. It looks like it's fair. It's Hack giving chase, and it's off of his glove. Already a run comes across in Boma as well as Grain. Cropdusters put 2 more up on the board and lead it 13-7.
How about 2 triples in one night? And that is very impressive from this Cropdusters team. Walter had the first, and Ford gets the team second. So, yeah, not something you'll typically see, but hey, Cropdusters will take it as they go up by 5.
Take it up by 5. Walters back up. Walter had a triple in the third after a put up by Ford in the third himself. Big time swinging and miss for him. Florida native is already down in the count. Capuano looking to end things off emphatically. Giving up 3 runs, but he did have 2 strikeouts that came across. He's going to have to wait a little bit longer. The count's 3-1 on a pitch up high. Ensuing pitch was inside and high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Cropdusters lead at 13-7. They were able to score 3 runs. And Capuano strands 1 as he smokes 1 by Walter's bat. Cropdusters with an emphatic 6-run lead. good on Clark Green, who pitched in relief of Henry Lewis. 3 innings of action, scattered through 3 strikeouts. He had an impressive night. So now we've got Nolan Ross up on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before, I'll say it again. I mean, way to kind of weather the storm. He was thrown into a difficult situation, one that I think he's okay with because his team scored 8 runs while he was off, but he was off for 45 minutes, so kind of had to throw that impromptu bullpen session and, weather the storm, and now he hands it over to Ross to finish this thing off.
With 2 or 3 potential outs left for the big train. And he's down in it now. Bang Nerys, the one-hitter, is down in the count. The count is 1 ball to 2 strikes, no outs. Bang Nerys catches a bit of relief. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one kind of went a little bit high up on him, and he tried to frame it as best as he can. That's Landon Springmeyer back out there. Behind the plate, here's the 2-2, and this one is just off the mark yet again.
This is the opportunity you kind of want to put Ross in, right? It's a low leverage situation. Team is up by 6, so a chance for him to, kind of really settle into this Ripken League here and make a strong first impression.
Nerys fights off the 3-2 pitch. He had a good day, though. He was able to get 2 hits, one to left field and the other one to the left side. It was a grounder. Sandwiched in between all that, a fly out to deep to left center in the second, and a put out to second and up back to first. This will be the 3rd time we'll redo the 3-2 count. This one lifted to shallow center. 4 people giving chase. It's Walter who's got it in his glove. Out 1 to bring up 2 more runs, or 2 more batters for the big train. Cal Johnson is 1 out of the 2. Potential 2 more outs remaining for the road team.
Yeah, and Johnson has the 2 strikeouts, but obviously the big highlight being that 2-run home run that he hit in his 3rd plate appearance. So it's kind of been a mixed bag, but anytime you go yard, you got to pat yourself on the back.
And Nolan Ross, clean fastball that just breaks through the zone. And it beats Johnson. He broke this game wide open for the road team with a 2-home run to left field. And they're turning into more runs in the 6th and nothing doing after that. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now and 1 out, nobody on. Here in the top of the 9th, Cal Johnson fielding the pinch against the closer in Ross. And Ross bottoms out on a pitch inward. What a wave and a miss. 2 outs. Here comes Brennan Wright. Potential 3rd out in the end of the contest. The home team has got to feel great about their prospects today. They did play a hard game against Gaithersburg. They led early, and now they stormed back in a 8-run, 5-hit, 6th inning to basically put the reigning champions on notice with them.
Yeah, it hasn't been an easy the past 24 hours for Cropdusters. I mean, facing adversity twice in the form of 2 different leads they've tried to come back from, and this one, well, we'll put it in the win column. 11 unanswered runs for the Cropdusters.
Yes, on a pop out to foul territory. What a great play. That was Barada who got the clinching out. Cropdusters put win number 1 in the column, in the win column. They beat the Bethesda Big Train. They'll be heading to Silver Spring to play on the Thunderbolts. Before we even let you go, folks, before the night's over, little recap of the scores from the rest of the Rifkin League. We already went final in Southern Maryland. The Senators beat up on the Braves 3-7. And you see the win here, 13-7 in favor of the Cropdusters. Ace is up 13-4 against the Grays. And it's a tight game in the top of the 6. Giants and Thunderbolts, they lead it by 1 against the road team. So that's it for us. What are your final thoughts, Peyton? Your first game here in the first responder field, and it comes out with a win.
Yeah, just an awesome all-around atmosphere. This is a team that is backed by their home fans, and tonight proved that, and I think that kind of propelled them to come back down 7-2, score 11 unanswered runs, aided by an 8 spot in the bottom of the 6th. Just a tremendous atmosphere and a great way to start this home campaign for the Cropdusters.
We are so excited to have you along for the ride. We've got 38 more games left. Got one against the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. That first pitch will be at 7. Thanks again for tuning in. For Peyton Yells again, my name is Ali. Have a good night, and we'll see you in Silver Spring.